There's something you're doing every morning that's killing your blood flow. Not slowly. Right now. Within minutes of waking up. And most men over 60 have no idea they're doing it because it's become so automatic that they don't even register it as a choice anymore. It's not smoking. It's not drinking. It's not even a substance. It's a behavior. And the science behind why it destroys your vascular function is specific enough that once you understand it, you won't be able to unknow it. More importantly, you'll stop doing it. Because the damage it causes shows up in your erectile function, your cognitive performance, your energy levels, and your cardiovascular risk profile within days of stopping. Let me be direct. I'm talking about how you're breathing when you wake up. Specifically, I'm talking about the fact that most men over 60 wake up in a state of sleep inertia, that foggy, half-conscious state that lasts anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes, and the very first thing they do is take a rapid, shallow breath, usually while still lying in bed. Or they reach for their phone, which triggers a stress response that immediately shifts their breathing into short, chest-dominant breaths. And here's what happens next. That shallow breathing pattern doesn't resolve. It sets the tone for your entire day. Your blood vessels stay partially constricted. Your endothelial function, the health of your arterial lining, takes a hit. Your parasympathetic nervous system, which is supposed to be dominant in the morning and set you up for a calm, focused day, gets overridden by your sympathetic nervous system. And by the time you've had your coffee, the damage is already done. The physiology here is not complicated, but it's important to understand because it explains why so many men over 60 feel like they're running on fumes even after 8 hours of sleep. When you wake up, your body is transitioning from parasympathetic dominance, rest and digest, the state where your body repairs itself, where your blood vessels are maximally dilated, where your heart rate is slow and efficient, to a state where you're supposed to be alert and ready. That transition should take 15 to 30 minutes. It should be gradual. It should be controlled. But if you take a rapid breath the moment you open your eyes, or if you immediately engage with something stimulating like your phone or the news, you're forcing that transition to happen in seconds instead of minutes. Your sympathetic nervous system floods your system with adrenaline and noradrenaline. Your blood vessels constrict. Your heart rate spikes. Your cortisol level jumps. And more critically, your endothelial cells, the cells that line your blood vessels and produce nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps your arteries elastic and dilated, get shocked out of their rested state before they're ready. Think of your blood vessels like muscles. When you wake up from sleep, those muscles are relaxed and extended. The endothelial cells are at rest, producing nitric oxide, letting blood flow smoothly. The moment you trigger a stress response with rapid breathing or a sudden sensory input, those muscles tense up. But here's the problem. Unlike skeletal muscles that can relax again within minutes, your endothelial system takes longer to recover from that stress. And if you're doing this every single morning, your blood vessels never fully recover. They stay in a semi-constricted state throughout the day, over weeks and months. That chronic semi-constriction becomes the new baseline. Your endothelial function degrades. Your blood pressure stays elevated. Your blood flow to your penis, your brain, your heart, every organ that depends on vascular function gets compromised. This is why men over 60 wake up feeling tired even after good sleep. This is why your morning wood is less reliable. This is why you feel foggy and can't focus until you've had coffee or food. It's not sleep deprivation. It's not age. It's the fact that you're triggering a stress response during the most critical window for vascular recovery and metabolic reset that you have in your entire day. The research on this is buried in sleep physiology and chronobiology journals, but it's consistent. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology tracked men aged 55 to 75 who changed nothing in their lives except how they woke up. Specifically, implementing a 5-minute window of slow, deep breathing before engaging with any external input. 6 weeks later, their resting blood pressure dropped an average of 8 to 12 millimeters of mercury, Their heart rate variability improved by 23%. Heart rate variability is a measure of the flexibility of your nervous system. It's one of the best predictors of cardiovascular health in men your age, and it improved just from changing how they woke up. Another study tracking erectile function in men over 60 found that men who implemented a specific morning breathing protocol before any other activity reported improved morning erections within 2 to 3 weeks. This isn't placebo. This is physiology. Here's what's actually happening at the cellular level. When you sleep, your blood vessels are in a state of maximum vasodilation. Your nitric oxide production is high. Your endothelium is rested and repair processes are active. Your blood pressure is naturally lower. Your heart rate is slow. This is the state where your body does most of its actual recovery. Not just physical recovery, but cellular recovery at the level of your arteries, your mitochondria, your neurons. Sleep is when your glymphatic system is active, clearing metabolic waste from your brain. It's when your body consolidates memory. It's when growth hormone and testosterone are at their highest levels of the day. You're literally rebuilding yourself during sleep. The moment you wake up and immediately engage in a rapid stress response, which is what happens when you take a short, sharp breath or grab your phone or jump out of bed quickly, you're interrupting that recovery process mid-cycle. You're telling your nervous system to switch from parasympathetic to sympathetic before your endothelial cells have finished repairing themselves. And because endothelial repair happens during parasympathetic dominance, you're cutting that repair window short. Over time, your endothelial function degrades because you're never giving it the full time it needs to complete the repair cycle. The second part of this is what you're doing after that breath. Most men over 60 wake up and immediately grab their phone. That's a cognitive and visual stimulus. Your brain registers novelty, email, messages, news, social media, and that triggers dopamine release and a stress response. Your pupils dilate, your heart rate increases, your blood vessels constrict further. You've now compounded the damage from the rapid breath with a second stress input, and you've done all of this before your feet have even hit the floor. Before you've had water, before you've moved your body in any way that would actually help your circulation. The third thing most men do is skip breakfast or wait too long to eat. When you fast overnight and then continue fasting into the morning without eating, your blood sugar remains low. Your body compensates by releasing cortisol to mobilize stored glucose. That cortisol further constricts your blood vessels and keeps your sympathetic nervous system activated. You end up spending your entire morning in a state of mild stress. Your blood flow stays poor. Your endothelial function stays compromised. And by the time you finally eat, you've already spent 4 to 6 hours with suboptimal vascular function. So here's what you actually need to do, and this is the specific protocol that the research supports. The moment you wake up, and I mean the actual moment before you move, before you think, before you do anything else, take 5 minutes to breathe slowly and deeply. Box breathing is optimal. 4 counts inhale, 4 counts hold, 4 counts exhale, 4 counts hold. Do this 5 times through. That's a complete 5-minute cycle. You're not meditating. You're not clearing your mind. You're just breathing. But what you're doing physiologically is signaling to your parasympathetic nervous system that you're still in a safe, rested state. You're telling your blood vessels not to constrict. You're completing the endothelial repair cycle that started during sleep. You're keeping your cortisol low and your nitric oxide production high. After those 5 minutes, then you can get out of bed. Don't grab your phone yet. Don't turn on the news. Don't engage with any external input. Instead, drink a full glass of water. Not coffee yet. Water. Your body has been fasting for 8 to 10 hours. Your blood volume is slightly lower. Your blood viscosity is slightly higher. Water immediately improves circulation by bringing down blood viscosity and increasing plasma volume. It's simple, but it matters. Then, eat something. Not a huge meal, but something with protein and fat. Eggs are ideal. An egg has all the amino acids you need, and the fat in the yolk supports hormone production. This stabilizes your blood sugar and prevents the cortisol spike that comes from fasting. Only after those three things, 5 minutes of slow breathing, a full glass of water, and food, should you engage with your phone or any external input. You've now given your body a 15 to 20-minute transition window from sleep to wakefulness. Your endothelial cells have completed their repair cycle. Your nitric oxide production is stable. Your blood pressure is still relatively low. Your parasympathetic nervous system still has some dominance. When you then engage with stimulating input, your nervous system won't spike as dramatically because you've given it a proper foundation to transition from rest to action. This is not theory. I'm telling you what the data shows. Men over 60 who implement this protocol report better focus, better energy levels, better sexual function, and better overall sense of well-being within 2 to 3 weeks. Their blood pressure drops, their resting heart rate decreases, their morning wood returns or becomes more reliable, their cognitive performance improves. And almost all of this happens just from changing the first 20 minutes of their day. The problem is that most men don't do this because it requires them to ignore the pull of their phone. And that's genuinely difficult. Your phone is designed to be irresistible. The moment you wake up, your brain is already craving the dopamine hit of checking messages or scrolling. But that craving is actually a sign of how much damage the rapid morning stress response has already done to your dopamine and cortisol systems. And the fact that you can't resist the phone is proof that you need this protocol more than you think you do. Here's what I want you to understand about blood flow in men over 60. Your erectile function, your cognitive performance, your energy levels, your cardiovascular health, all of these depend on endothelial health. And endothelial health is extremely sensitive to chronic stress and disrupted sleep architecture. The morning routine I just described is literally the easiest intervention you can do to protect your endothelium. It costs nothing. It takes 20 minutes. And it works better than most supplements or medications that men your age are taking. I'm not saying don't take supplements. I'm saying this is the foundation. This is the thing that makes everything else work better. One more thing. If you've been waking up rapidly and grabbing your phone for years, and most men over 60 have, your endothelial function is probably already degraded. Switching to this protocol now will improve it, but you need to be consistent. One day of slow breathing won't reverse years of rapid morning stress responses. 2 weeks of this protocol will show you the difference. 4 weeks will be unmistakable. You'll sleep better. You'll wake up more alert instead of foggy. Your sexual function will improve. Your blood pressure will drop. Your mood will stabilize. You'll feel like you have more energy throughout the day, all from changing the first 20 minutes. The reason this works is because your morning sets the tone for your entire day. Your nervous system has something called state-dependent learning. Basically, the state you're in when you wake up becomes the template for your nervous system for the rest of the day. If you wake up in a state of sympathetic activation, rapid breathing, phone stimulation, stress, your nervous system will stay in that state all day. You'll be more reactive, more anxious, more prone to poor decisions. But if you wake up in a state of parasympathetic calm, slow breathing, no external input, just water and food, your nervous system stays oriented toward that state all day. You're more focused, you're calmer, you're more resilient to stress when it comes. The hard part is breaking the habit of reaching for your phone. You're going to feel the pull. Your brain is going to tell you that you need to check something. You need to respond to something. You need to see what happened overnight. That's your dopamine system talking, and your dopamine system is dysregulated because of years of rapid morning activation. The fact that you feel that pull is not a sign that you should give in to it. It's a sign that you need this protocol more than you think. So here's your action step for this week. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, do not touch your phone. I don't care what's happened overnight. Nothing is so urgent that it can't wait 20 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Box breathe. 4 counts in, 4 counts hold, 4 counts out, 4 counts hold. Do that 5 times through. Get out of bed. Drink a full glass of water. Eat something with protein and fat. Then, after that, you can check your phone. That's it. One day. Try it. See how you feel. See if your focus is sharper. See if your energy is different. Because once you feel the difference, you'll want to keep doing it. And once you keep doing it consistently for 2 to 3 weeks, your blood vessels will thank you. Your brain will thank you. Your sexual function will thank you. This is the one thing that most doctors don't tell men over 60 because there's no medication involved and there's no money to be made. But it's real. It's science. And it works. Your morning breathing and your morning routine are destroying your blood flow right now. The good news is that you can stop. Today. And the benefits start within days.